Hey everybody, it's Leslie here. I've still got the June host code up here. I'm going to get rid of that. We're in August. Oh my gosh. How are you all? If you're here, please say hello. I'd love to chat with you. I haven't been on here for a week and a while. But I had a free day and I missed y'all and I came down into my craft room and started creating. I wanted to just mess around. Hey, there's my sister. Hey, Stacy. I just wanted to mess around with a fun fold, and I don't even know if it's fun fold. It might be well, you'll see. Hi, Vicki. And I'm late because the hospital just called me, and I always like to take those calls. So my mom is in there. She's not urgent. They're just trying to figure some more things out. And every hour it's a different thing. I think it depends on which doctor it is, what is the issue, but trying to get down to the bottom of some things, and hopefully she will be able to come home soon. Okay, and that's why I've been kind of absent. I was real busy last week, and to be quite honest, I was exhausted emotionally, and it just couldn't get my mojo going, but I'm in the mood today, so I was happy to come down and do something normal. I want to remind you about the holiday mini catalog. It goes live tomorrow. If you are a customer of mine, you should have already received your catalog. If not, if you don't have a demonstrator, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be happy to get one in the mail to you. So please just comment below or send me a direct message and I will do that. And don't forget that during the month of August, you can choose something out of the celebration brochure. I can't show anything till tomorrow. It's a dumb rule. So maybe I'll hop on live tomorrow if I have a free minute and we can go through the catalog. I can actually show the inside pages tomorrow. But there's some fun little products that you can have for free with qualifying purchases during the month of August. So get all your holiday shopping done, holiday craft needs, and get some free stuff at the same time. Okay, today we are going to be using products from the You're a Peach suite. I'm going to use the paper, the stamp set, and the dies. And we are going to make, this is so fun. I just wanted to make kind of a fancy fold. I was just in the mood. And I'm not even sure this is a fancy fold. It's called a pocket card. So there is some folding involved. It's very easy and you don't need any special tools. I left my greeting inside blank because I can decide later what I want to put in there, or I can just write a little note, and I used the Have a Peachy Day stamp on the outside. So I'm going to show you how to make this fun little card. You're going to need a piece of designer series paper or cardstock. I'm using designer series paper because I liked that it was two-sided, so I get kind of an inside print and an outside print that coordinates. And I thought for my second sample, we'll try a different print from this. Let me grab that paper. It is so pretty. It's some of my favorite. If you took advantage of the designer series paper sale last month, are we still in it? I don't think so. August 3rd. It goes away, so you might still be able to get your paper. Hold on. I told you guys I was out of it. August 2nd. Today is August 2nd. So, yes, you can still get this paper at 15% off. So, yay. I forgot about that. After tomorrow, when the holiday mini goes live, they are going to take the paper sale off. But you can get this beautiful paper right now for 15% off. I thought I was too late. I might have to put in another order. Hi, Kat. Okay, let's start over. You want a piece of 10 1/4 inch paper by 6 inches to make your little pocket. I'm going to stick this in here so we don't get confused. And you need to pay attention to, if it's a pattern design, you need to pay attention to which way the pattern goes when you cut your paper, because if I had cut it 10 inches this way, my peaches, I think it would have looked okay. My peaches would have been a little sideways. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out your paper and when you're cutting it. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do, this is so easy. I'm just going to use my trimmer. And I'm going to use my scoring blade, which is gone. Where did it go? It's on the floor. So I'll just pull out my trusty, must have knocked it off, my trusty bone folder here. So I'm scoring this at 3 inches on the 10 1/4 inch side. And then I'm going to turn it around and on the other end, score it at 3 inches. It would be easier if I do it like this. I'm going to have to snap my scoring blade in there. I must have got crazy when I put it away the last time. Okay, then you're going to fold it, and I forgot one score. We'll have to get that back out again. You're going to fold both of these in. I want this to be my outside print, and I want this pretty little tiny peaches to be my inside print. But you could do it either way when you have the two-sided paper. Hi, Letha. Okay. Ooh. Y'all, you can tell I haven't done this in a while. I'll just pull out my scoring tool. Okay, I want to score on the bottom. So there you go. Again, you want to determine on your design, if your pattern, how your pattern goes, where the bottom's going to be. And I want my peaches to kind of hang this way. So this is the bottom of my envelope. So I'm gonna score that end at 1/2 inch. There we go. Now we're done with our scoring. I don't know what's going on down there. It's crazy. I had lights go out. I'm using some different lights this afternoon. Luckily, Bruce is an electrical engineer, and he's going to fix one of my lights tonight. But I went to flip it on 20 minutes ago, and it just kind of went. I think we could have had a fire here. Anyway, here's our little 1/2 inch tab that we just made, and I'm cutting off this end just to this score mark. That makes sense. Now I'm going to cut this one off just to this score mark. It's hard for me to see. Okay. And I've done this before, made things like this for just little treat pockets as well. See how it's going to make a little pocket? But we're going to open the top up in just a second. First, I'm going to finish these corners off. We could just trim them, just kind of trim them, but I'm going to get fancy and use my corner rounder. I don't know if you could even see in the camera how I've rounded the corners of that tab, and it just looks a little more finished if you have a corner rounder. If you don't, you can just, I would just trim them at an angle. on both sides. This is our triple something something punch, and it makes a little hole for a tag, a corner round, and then a little decorative corner punch. And that's all we're going to use that for. And it's just because I wanted to be real fancy. Okay, now to make our little opening here, this is so simple. We've got this score line here. We're going to just fold this corner and just butt it right up to that score line. And then use our bone folder. And then that'll fold over like that. So we'll have this print kind of peeking out the top. This would be kind of fun if you're doing invitations. I think this would be a pretty little presentation for an invite to a function. But we're just going to make a little card. So there you go. And then we're going to fold this up. Now I'm going to give you another tip. Sometimes these aren't cut and it gets in the way of this. So I just take my scissors and I do just a very tiny, tiny little trim. And it'll help this fold cleaner. You don't want it very big because you don't want it taller than a 1/2 inch. But that way when you fold these over, this is going to fold up so much easier and there won't be any resistance. Okay, you can glue these down. I don't think I did on my sample. I think if you use your bone folder good enough, you really don't need to glue them down. But I did put some glue right here along this side, and I'm going to just bring that over. I love this paper. And I think it is peach season here, isn't it? Is it peach season? My son brought some on our little family vacation. They were delicious, and I've been seeing some at the grocery store. But I'm always nervous buying them from the grocery store. Need to find some roadside stand or something. That is all you need to do to make that little pocket for our card. Now you have this little line here, and you can't really tell because the pattern is so busy, but I kind of wanted to disguise it. My sister says it is in Georgia. I get my peaches down in Georgia. Yeah. That's funny. Now that's all I be thinking about right now. Oh, for those of you who don't know, that is a Justin Bieber song. He gets his peaches in Georgia. Oh, that's so funny, Stacy. I needed that. Okay. We won't talk about what he gets in California. Okay, I'm going to do a little bow over here on the left-hand side of my envelope, and I am using the new organza. I love this color. Let's see. It's the In Color ribbon. This is Pale Papaya, but I believe this comes in all of the new In Colors. I love this ribbon. It's real light and fluffy, and it does make great bows. It's not too wide, and it's not too narrow. So, and I want my bow to go this way, so I'm going to Okay, isn't that a pretty fluffy bow? That ribbon is so pretty, and it's got a little shimmer to it. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's got a cute little shimmer. Okay, that's our little envelope. We're going to put a little tag on it. So I've got a piece of just a scrap of basic white cardstock. And I am going to use some Memento black ink and Have a Peachy Day. And I'm going to just kind of, I'm going to stamp before I cut, which is probably not a great idea, but we'll see if our die will fit on that. And for the dies, I'm using the Stitch So Sweetly dies for the tag. This is a real great, just general neutral die set to have. It's great for tags. It's great for layering on cards and scrapbook pages. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to put my little sentiment over to the left of that because I want to add, I'm going to add all my little die cuts over on the right. Let's do all of our stamping and then we can do all of our die cutting at once. So we'll set that aside for now. And then I'm going to take another scrap of basic white cardstock. And I'm using Pear Pizzazz ink. The Pear Pizzazz, I pulled the color out of the Designer Series paper. You've probably heard me say this before, but one of the main reasons I started with Stampin' Up! Just as a hobby person was I was tired of trying to find coordinating everything, getting everything to coordinate. And I had a bunch of stuff and nothing went with nothing. So I love that Stampin' Up! Has their papers coordinate with their inks, coordinate with their markers. It's just, that's one of the main reasons I started purchasing Stampin' Up! Products years ago. And why I continue to do so. I have been paper crafting since the 90s. I started scrapbooking, and then I got into card making, and I kind of got a little passionate about the card making. It's just so much faster. Okay, so I took this image from our Sweet as a Peach stamp set, and this little, we're going to cut out 3 peaches at one time with the dies. And I store my dies, if they coordinate with the stamp set, I store them inside on a magnetic card. I get these magnetic cards from StampinsStorage.com. And doggone it, they just had a sale on the magnetic cards. I don't know if it's still on, but they had a 15% off sale on the magnetic cards. They have different sizes. And Kat says, how about obsessed? I got obsessed. Yes, I am a little obsessed. Like I said, today I haven't been in my craft room in a while, and I came down and your blood pressure just kind of goes down because you're just so happy. All those happy hormones are flowing, the serotonin. Okay, so I'm using a little of this restickable tape to tape mine down so they don't move in the die cutting machine. Because I went to all that trouble to stamp, and I don't want to, let's see if we can fit all of this in here at once. I'm not sure. We might have to go twice. Let's just go twice. This is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I find that I use it a lot more than I do my bigger one, which is holding my camera stand down right now, so I can't show you that. But you definitely need the bigger one if you're going to buy the bigger embossing folders. But for these small little dies, this little mini works great. All right, there's my 3 peaches, and then here's my little vine. So we'll bring our card back in here. Here's my little sentiment tag. And I'm going to plop that on here with some dimensionals. You could put all of your embellishments on it and then put it on the front, but I think it's easier for me to figure out where to put things if I go ahead and put my tag where I want it, and then I can figure out where I want to put everything else. If you didn't have that set of dies, the Stitch So Sweetly dies, you could just cut a rectangle, or if you have another rectangular die or an oval die, that would look pretty too. So I'm just going to tuck my little tag right there. I can mess with my bow later. And then I'm going to see how that's going to help me figure out where to glue this. I'm just going, and I've got to remember that I have to put a peach right here, so I need to pay attention. That's kind of why I did it that way. So I'm just going to put a little glue here, a little dab will do ya. And then I did not pop these peaches up with any dimensionals, but I am going to pop my little blossoms up. Lisa says she's hungry and she has to go find some peaches. Let me know, except you live way away from where I live. I love a good peach, but they're hard to find. I might put a little, well, let's see what happens here. If I put the glue up here. That worked. And this one, I think I will put a dimensional. Make sure I get it on the right side. It needs to go on this little side of the peach, because there's not much tag for it to glue back onto. So there we have the little peach vines. And then these 2 little flowers. The stamp set does have flower images and dies for the flower images. But I kind of liked the flowers from the paper, which I don't know where I set it after I showed you. But I just cut out, if I can find them, here we go. I just fussy cut out 2 of those flowers from the paper. See how these are these little flowers. I had a scrap left, so I just cut with my scissors those out, and I'm gonna pop those up with mini dimensionals. This would make a pretty card. If you didn't want to make a pocket card, just do your card front like this. It would be really pretty. So there's my 2 little flowers. So cute. And then I got fancy for the inside card too. I took a piece of Pear Pizzazz. This is 5 1/4 by 4. Then I took a piece of the new pale papaya, and it is 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm just going to adhere it on there. Hi, Mary Gunfun. I was in the mood for fancy today, Mary, so I did do a fancy card today. And then before I put this on, I'm going to stamp again the little peach vine in our Pear Pizzazz ink. Towards the bottom. And then our pale papaya, we'll do those 3 peaches again. And we, instead of die cutting them, we're just going to stamp them directly onto the vine as best we can. There we go. So that'll lay real flat inside our little envelope. Now, you could put happy birthday or, you know, whatever you wanted. I'm going to leave mine blank because I'll decide when I get ready to send it what I want to put on there. I may just put a note, write a note. You could use this for just a hi card, a hello card. You could use it for a birthday card. Use it for a plethora of things. And there we go. That is, I called it a fancy fold. It is an envelope card. And we did have to do some fancy folding. Thank you guys for joining me. I was so happy to be able to be back on. I had a free day today, and I don't know what my schedule will bring me. Every day's new and different, so I'm not going to say I'll be here Wednesday or not. But if I am, I usually announce it on my Facebook page if I'm going to be on that day. So sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Which one do you guys like? Now that I'm seeing both of them, I'm liking the more busy pattern. This is more of a simple pattern. I mean, it's still busy, but I'm kind of liking the bigger peaches on this one. They're both cute, but anyways, you guys have a good afternoon. And like I said, I will plan on being back Wednesday at 2, but if not, I will let you know. Just keep a lookout on my Facebook page, and if you have any questions or I can help you with anything, you guys just reach out to me. I always have my phone with me. I'm always checking. I'm always keeping my eye out for y'all. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.